Hey guys, how are you all doing? This is KC Coach Chaitanya. After a long time, 4 to 5 months gap, I was a bit busy, so I couldn't record any video. Now, previously I spoke about HTML and CSS. Today we are going to talk about the programming language called JavaScript, which is used to give desired behavior to the web page. Well, I told you previously that HTML is the documentation that is whatever we want to display on a web page. That is whatever we want to display on a web page. That is given in the code is written in the HTML page, and uh, and the styling to the HTML page is done through the CSS or cascading style sheets. Today, we are going to add behavior to the web page created using HTML and CSS. Now let's get straight to the code. Uh, Here I have an index.html file with an empty body and with the title of tutorials for JS. Okay, in order to add JavaScript code or JS code into the index.html file, first what we need to do is create an index.js file. To do that, go to the folder here and click new file. There, index.js. Now, now you may name it anything you want. Just as in HTML, I told you that you can name it not only index but your name dot HTML and like that. So even also in HTML, you can even also in JavaScript or JS, you can name it whatever you like. But the .js extension is compulsory. The most commonly used name is index.js. Now, okay, now what I did is I just created a file. This is not linked to the index.html. Now let me go and link it. To link that, go to the index.html file. Inside the body tags, just above the closing body tag, add a pair of script tags. Don't close it yet. Don't close the opening script tag yet. And what you need to type is the src attribute or source attribute, which links to the index.js file. Here I told links to the index.js file. That means I need to type the name of the JavaScript file. Well, that's that. Now the index.js file or the JavaScript file is successfully linked to the HTML file. Let's save it. If you want, you can also add a type attribute which specifies the type of the JavaScript file, text slash JavaScript. There it is. Now there is nothing more to be done for the linking of both the files together. Okay. Now we are going to totally see. Now we are totally going to see about the JavaScript. Okay. The first thing we need to know in JavaScript is to write to the web page. There are three commands. There are three methods, not commands. Sorry. There are three methods. Those are document.write, alert method, and the console.log method. Well, the console.log method is a bit different. While both document and write method and alert method write directly to the web page, that is the viewers can see the text inside the document.write and the alert. The console.log method prints to the console. The console is where the developers actually the developers of the web page view the content. I will show that in a bit. Now let's see the alert and document.write methods. First, let me show you alert method. The alert method is a pop-up box which when there is some problem, you get sometimes you get Chrome not responding, or the website / Chrome says, well, the small box you get, in the upper, in the head section of the in the header section of the file, is in the header section of the web page, is called the alert box. I know that doesn't sound very well, but I will show you. Now inside this alert method, I am typing a string called hello alert method. Save that file. Now let's go and view it in the browser. Well, this is the browser. Now if I reload the page, as you can see, there is hello alert method with the 2 exclamation marks I gave. This is the same text which I typed here. Well, that is basically the alert method, to be frank, to be accurate. Now the next method, which is document.write, as I told you before, writes directly to the web page. As you have noticed, you need to end the even the JavaScript statements with a semicolon. Now if I reload this page, you can see the alert box here, hello alert method, and down in the web page you can see hello document.write method. This is the same method I wrote here. This is the same method. Now the last output method is console.log. I'll just show that in a bit. So console.log. So let's see what happens. I wrote the console.log method. Let's see what happens. Reload the page. You get the hello alert method box. Click OK. You have the hello document.write method. Now to see whether the console.log method has properly functioned or not, properly executed or not, what you need to do is visit the JavaScript console. To visit the JavaScript console, the keyboard shortcut for Windows is Control Shift and J. Press together, you get a small box below the in the downer in the below portion of the web page. Here you can see the hello console.log text I just wrote in the editor here. This statement is same as this statement here. Well, the JavaScript console is also useful to debug your JavaScript program. That is, for example, let me go back to the editor. Like for example, here, let me take out a semicolon and show you what will happen. I took out a semicolon there in the console.log method. Now if I reload the page loads properly because I didn't save it. Because I didn't save the file. Okay, as you can see, the semicolon at the end of the statement is not compulsory. Let me misspell this. Only for the purpose of showing you, do not misspell this. It's not fine. Just a minute. Here, as you can see, I just misspelled the alert method, and there is an error in the console, in the JavaScript console, showing uncaught reference error alert is not defined. ALART is not defined alert. So let me go and fix that. It's not ALART. There we go. ALART. Now let's get back to the web page. If I reload the page, the error is gone because I rendered it. Fixed it. Okay, hello document.write method, hello console.log method. That's good. In this way, you can write directly to the web page using the alert method and the document.write method. For the programmer's purpose, you can write to test whether the code is properly executing or not. You can write to the console and see, and if it executes, you can go to the web page. Well, now we learned three methods to write, two methods to write to the document, to the web page, and one method to the console for developers. Now let's talk about variables. Variables in JavaScript are different than the variables you have seen in C or C++ or even Java. In C or C++, you might have written the code like int a is equal to 2. Well, this is not the case in JavaScript. In JavaScript, you write var a is equal to 2. Notice the var keyword here. This is very important to declare a variable. Now, as there is no data type, this var does not specify a single data type. As there is no data type like int, char, boolean, or such nonsense here, you can store any kind of data. Like for example, in A, I have stored a number. In B, I will store a string. In C, I will store a boolean, and in D I will store a float, or double, as you might call it. Now I'm just used to the semicolon thing. It's not needed actually. Okay, as you can see, any kind of variable, any kind of data can be stored inside a variable. Now, what if I want to print the variable D to the console? I will write console.log. Here D is the variable name, and since it is a variable name, you don't place quotes around it. Let me comment this out. Wait. Yeah, that's it. Now let me share the screen. And as you can see, the hello alert method is the first command in the first statement in the .js file, index.js file. Okay. As you can see here, you have the 2.3. The 2.3 is stored in a variable called D, and I have printed the D to the console, so that the 2.3 is printed to the console. Similarly, I can also use the alert method. Reload the page. Hello alert method, the first statement is executed, and the hello console.log method is also executed, and the 2.3 which I have written in the alert method is executed. The variable D holds the 2.3 value, and I have told the system to print the 2.3, the value, in the alert drop down box. Okay. And you can see the hello document or write method and hello console.log method in the console and the web page. Well, that's actually enough to know JavaScript. I mean, these are the basics of JavaScript. There is more. I'm not going to speak about loops and stuff, because I hope you may already be aware of the loops, because you have, I think you are aware of the languages like C or C++, or even Java. Note, make sure that you remember this point. Java and JavaScript are two completely different languages. Java and JavaScript are two completely different languages. Java is backend, while JavaScript is frontend. Frontend means, as you can see, this alert method is not, this alert dialog box is not possible in Java. Well, it is possible, but using the concept called as applet, this alert method is displaying the drop-down box is much easier in JavaScript than in Java. Now, nowadays JavaScript is also used in backend languages, is also used in server side. For example, the MongoDB and the Node Package Manager. MongoDB and Node Package Manager. All right, that's all for today. I will upload more videos on YouTube later. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share. If any suggestions, please comment in the comment box. And thank you. Also, don't forget to subscribe. This is KC Codes, KC signing off. Thank you.